What is branding? Your branding is where a lot of your own distinct style, tastes, and personality can really come out and shine. Branding is more than just a logo or a catchy tagline. It's about the essence of your business and encapsulates the unique identity, values, and promise you offer to your audience. For your branding, you'll want to consider things like the tone of your message. Are you going to be serious, casual, funny, professional, inspiring, authentic? What style of products and social media will you have? Will it be feminine, modern, minimal, luxurious, bright or bold, moody, etc.? What values are you going to communicate in your content and decision making? Ambition, gratitude, family, success, motivation, freedom. And also, what's your brand story? Are you going to share your personal story and parts of your journey? Or are you going to share about the brand from concept to creation, or all of the above? What will resonate with your target audience? At its core, branding is the art of shaping perceptions and emotions, creating a distinct and memorable image that sets your business apart in the mind of consumers. It's the cohesive narrative that runs throughout every interaction, from your website and social media presence to the products you create and the services you provide. Understanding branding involves recognizing that it's a holistic concept extending beyond visual elements and encompasses the overall experience and reputation that your brand cultivates. Branding is extremely important when you're creating your own business. Just remember, first impressions matter. A strong brand is key to making a positive first impression. It communicates professionalism, trustworthiness, and reliability, and influences how potential customers perceive and interact with your business. It helps you build trust and credibility. Trust is the foundation of a successful business relationship. A well established brand builds credibility by consistently delivering on promises and fostering trust with customers. It helps you differentiate in a crowded market. In a really saturated digital market like Instagram or TikTok, branding is your competitive edge. It helps your business stand out amidst the noise, making it easier for people to buy and choose your products over other services. It also helps inspire loyalty and repeat business. A strong brand creates a connection with your audience, fostering loyalty that goes beyond just them purchasing something from you. Customers are more likely to return to a brand that they trust and feel emotionally connected to. That is why branding is so important. Branding can really impact the success of your business. If you have strong branding, there is perceived value. You can ask for premium pricing. A reputable brand allows you to ask for premium pricing for your products and services from your clients and customers. Customers are often willing to pay more for a brand that they perceive as offering higher quality or unique value. Think of brands like Louis Vuitton. Are their bags really that much better or higher value in actual product? No, but it's the branding, it's the brand that offers the value, right? People want to purchase a Louis Vuitton bag because of the brand, not necessarily because of the quality of the bag, even. So, if you have really strong branding for your digital marketing business and your online business, people are going to be willing to pay more money because they want to purchase from you and they want to purchase from your brand. This also impacts your brand when it comes to word of mouth marketing. A strong brand encourages positive word of mouth marketing because satisfied customers become brand ambassadors for you. They'll share their positive experiences and attract new customers through organic, genuine recommendations. Also, it offers your brand a sort of buffer of resilience in the times when things are tougher. During challenging times, a strong brand serves as a stabilizing force. Consumers are more likely to stand by a brand that they trust, even if something happens. So think about during like COVID-19 and how the world kind of shut down, big name brands still thrived because people still wanted to purchase the products that they knew and trusted. And that is what we want. We want to establish a brand that can make it through hard times because no matter what, people want to keep purchasing from you and your brand because they trust you. The understanding and harnessing the power of branding is a strategic investment in the long-term success and sustainability of your digital business. It is the foundation which your relationships will be built with your clients and customers, and the reputation of your business will be formed. You can elevate your venture from a mere transaction to a meaningful and enduring connection with your audience, all by creating a strong and impactful brand. When you think of branding, the first thing that comes to mind might be how a brand looks, its logo and its colors and the fonts that they use. But identifying a brand's mission, vision, and values is crucial for standing out against the competition. At the heart of every successful brand lies a clear sense of purpose. Why are you doing what you're doing? Your mission, your vision, and your values serve as the guiding principles that shape your brand's identity and influence every single aspect of your business. Your mission statement articulates the fundamental purpose of your business. Why are you doing what you're doing? It answers the question, why does your business exist? It helps you come up with a direction, aligning you, and it resonates with your audience because they can get behind a mission that they also believe in and agree with. The vision paints a picture of the future that you aspire to create. It is a forward-looking idea that inspires you and your customers as well. A well-defined vision serves as a guide, and it helps you make strategic decisions and motivates you to keep going for the future that you envision for yourself, for your business, and for your customers. Your brand's values are the ethical and moral principles that underpin your business. These values shape your culture and how you engage with your customers and your community. Clearly defined values help build trust and authenticity. Understanding your audience is irreplaceable when it comes to branding because without an audience and a customer base, your brand will not last. In order to create a brand that resonates, it's important to conduct a thorough target audience analysis, which involves a couple of things. Start by identifying the key demographic information such as age, gender, location, and income of your potential customers. This data forms the foundation for the way that you tailor your messaging and all of your marketing strategies. Explore the attitudes, lifestyle, interests of your audience. Understand their motivations and behaviors, which helps enable you to connect with them on a deeper and more emotional level. Also, you want to understand their pain points. What challenges does your audience face? How can your brand address their need and alleviate their pain points? Aligning your offerings with their specific requirements enhances your brand's relevance. Think about it. No one goes on social media to buy. They're going on social media to fill a need, to scroll, to look at information, but no one's going specifically for shopping or for buying things. What ends up happening is people see content and they think, wow, that item or that product would fill this need for me. And that's why they make the purchase. So you want to think about what your brand can do for your target audience. And in order to do that, you need to know who your target audience is. Start by examining your competitors to identify gaps and opportunities in their markets and see who their target audience is and kind of tailor your beginning content strategy based off of that. What unique value can your brand provide that sets it apart from what's already out there? A really deep understanding of your competition informs your unique selling proposition. So, what is your unique selling proposition? It's the distinctive element that sets your brand apart from all the others out there. It's the answer to the question, why should customers choose your brand over its competition? In order to develop a compelling USP, it involves a couple of things. Start by identifying core strengths. What are your brand's strengths and advantages over its competitors? It could be a better product, better features, exceptional customer service, or a unique approach to solving a common problem. You need to make sure you address your customers' needs. Your USP should align with the needs and desires of your target audience. Understanding their pain points allows you to tailor your USP to resonate with your audience's preferences. And make sure you're communicating clearly. By articulating your unique selling proposition in a clear and concise manner, your audience should immediately understand what makes your brand special from the start. This clarity is essential for effective marketing and brand messaging. In essence, defining your brand involves creating a roadmap that aligns with your business, a purpose, resonates with your audience, and distinguishes your brand in a competitive landscape. When you are creating a brand, you want to think about what makes you special, what makes your brand special, and how are you going to make sure that your target audience knows that your brand is something that they need in their lives in order to solve all of their problems. When it comes to branding, it's important to do competitor analysis. It's good to know who your main competitors are in your market. What are their strengths and weaknesses, and how can you grow from these? How can you learn by seeing what they're doing well and what they're not doing as well, and maybe you could step in and do better? Are there any specific strategies or tactics that they use that you admire and really consider effective and would want to include in your brand? How does your brand currently compare with these competitors? If you already have a brand and you're working on modifying it, what is your competitors' comparison to you in brand perception, marketing position, and customer loyalty? Are there any emerging competitors in your industry that you're aware of that you really need to keep an eye on and see how they're growing? What key differentiators or unique selling points do you believe sets your brand apart from your competitors? And this is so important because if you don't know, your audience won't know either. And if you've conducted competitor research in the past, what has changed since then? What are your competitors doing to keep up with the times, to be changing with the way that the algorithm and social media and SEO are changing as well? It's really important to see on social media what kind of hooks, what kind of hashtags, what kind of keywords, what kind of visuals your competitors are using, and try to use what they are doing and have it influence your branding and the way that you work also. You never want to copy paste what somebody does, but learning from your competitors is really, really a great way to get ahead in your business. When it comes to naming your brand, you want to be thinking about what's going to be the clearest and easiest way to communicate what you're offering to your target audience. You want to make sure you reflect on your brand's identity. Ensure that your business name reflects the essence of your brand, its mission, values, and unique characteristics. Consider the emotions and associations you want the name to evoke in your audience. Make sure it's simple and easy to pronounce. This way, it's more likely to be remembered. Avoid overly complex and confusing names that might be difficult for your audience to recall or communicate. Consider long term how your brand is going to grow and the name if it will remain relevant and adaptable. Avoid names that will limit your business expansion or make you only exclusive to one type of offering. Make sure that across all platforms the name is available because you want to have a unified online presence which will strengthen your brand's recognition. So, even if you're only planning on using, say, Instagram to market your product to begin with, make sure that the name is also available on things like YouTube and Facebook and TikTok because if it's not, then if you decide to scale later on, it will be a lot more difficult. Also, make sure that you do thorough trademark research to make sure that your name is legally available also. You want to avoid potential legal conflicts by choosing a unique name that can be protected later by you. Also, make sure that it's a word or a phrase that has positive emotions associated with it. Consider how the name might be interpreted culturally in different languages as well. Also, test potential names with friends or trusted people in your life. This feedback can provide valuable insights. And make sure if you're using more than one word that the acronym doesn't stand for something else. So, say you're using 3 words and the acronym spells another word, make sure that that word is also appropriate and appropriate in multiple languages as well. You want to think of all these things, and that is how you'll be able to come up with a brand name that really speaks to your target audience. A logo is the visual representation of your brand. It represents the identity in a single powerful image of who you are and what your brand stands for. The significance of a well designed logo cannot be overstated, as it plays a crucial role in shaping perceptions and fostering brand recognition. Here's why a well designed logo is essential for your business. Your logo is a visual representation of your brand's identity, and it encompasses the essence of your brand, which conveys its personality, values, and missions in a really concise and memorable way. Think about some logos that you recognize of famous brands. Just seeing that little logo, even if it's something small, it inspires feelings about the brand and what they stand for and what you know about them. Logos do this. This is why they're so important. They help form first impressions. A professionally designed logo creates an immediate positive impact. And when I say professionally designed, I mean it looks professional. It doesn't have to be designed by a professional, you can make it. But if it looks professional and well designed and captures the attention of your audience, it will leave a lasting impression. Trust me. A distinctive logo will also enhance brand recognition. Think of iconic logos that you know. They're instantly recognizable, like the Nike swoosh or the golden arches of McDonald's. They are synonymous with the brands that they represent. You know what it is and what it represents just by seeing the logo. Also, a professional logo instills a sense of credibility and professionalism. It reflects the care and attention to detail you've invested in your brand. A versatile logo is adaptable across different mediums. So, if you want to create courses and ebooks and all of this, people will recognize your logo and it will help it stand out. Whether it's on your website, social media, your products, it will maintain its impact and clarity across the board. It's also really competitive out there, guys, and a unique and well designed logo will set your brand apart from its competition. This helps to create a visual identity that customers can associate with your products and services. And remember, logos are memorable. It will likely enhance your customers' ability to recall things about your brand if you make it memorable. Think of these questions. Are there specific logos from other companies that you admire and find visually appealing? What do you like about them? Think about how you could use that and impact your brand's logo. What's the core message or story that you want your logo to convey? Do you have any specific imagery or symbolism that you'd like to include in the logo that maybe is important to you? Are there any color preferences for the logo and the overall branding? And what is the primary application? Where will it be used most frequently? And make sure that it fits well and it looks good in that kind of a space. Brand identity. Whew, this is a big one. Creating strong brand identity involves visual elements and maintaining consistency across platforms. You want people to be able to look at the colors and the fonts and the pictures and know right away in an instant that it's your brand. For your brand aesthetic, start by doing some homework. Scroll through social media and through websites and see what kind of feed and content speaks to you and your own personal style and the look you want to achieve with the forward-facing elements of your business. Pay attention to things like fonts, colors, and layouts. Pinterest can also be a great place to find inspiration. You can just type like Instagram color palettes or business color palettes in the search bar and look through the photos that come up. But remember, sometimes less is more. You don't want to have too many colors. Some things to think about when it comes to your brand identity. How would you describe the overall mood or atmosphere you want your brand to convey? Can you provide examples of brands or visuals that reflect that style and tone you have in mind so you can go look at their pages and their social media presence and see how it appears? What emotions or feelings do you want your branding to evoke in your target audience? And are there specific design elements and colors that you definitely want associated with your desired style? Think about the psychological impact. Color evokes emotions and perceptions. Choose a color palette that aligns with your brand's personality. For example, blue may convey trust and professionalism, while really bright colors can represent energy and creativity. You want to make sure that no matter what you choose, you're maintaining consistency across all the brand material that you have. So, your social media, your website, your products. This includes a lot of things, and you want to make sure you choose something that you're going to feel comfortable sticking to. Consistency reinforces brand recognition. Make sure that the color is accessible for a diverse audience. Ensure you've chosen a color that's readable and provides enough contrast. I see this a lot with people using a white background and light colored font and light colored logos. It makes it really hard to see, especially on teeny tiny cell phones. Make sure that the typography reflects the tone. The font should convey the brand's tone. So loose, airy calligraphy is different than big, block, bold letters. You also want to prioritize readability, pretty much above all else. You want to make sure your audience can actually consume your content. If they can't read it, they can't consume it. Make sure again that the fonts, like your colors, are consistent across everything that you do. By maintaining a consistent look and feel on all your social media profiles, your website, your products, by using the same pictures and cover photos and color schemes, it just reinforces the way that people recognize your brand. When you want to create content to get your brand out there, you want to think about choosing the right social media platforms to be on. Start by really thinking about your target audience, their demographics, interests, and online behaviors. Make sure you choose social media platforms where your audience is active. Look at different platforms and see how they cater to different content types. If your digital products are visually appealing, platforms like Instagram or Pinterest might be the best bet. For in-depth discussions and tutorials, think about YouTube. If you want to do a lot of talking head and really talking to the camera, TikTok is really great for that. Look at where your competitors and the industry leaders are on social media. Identify platforms where they have a strong presence, and this can help you decide where you also want to build your brand. Consider your resources. The big one is time. If you're trying to be on every single social media out there, it can be really overwhelming time commitment, especially at the beginning. Start by focusing on a few platforms and managing them effectively, and then when you're able to expand, you can grow from there. It's more beneficial to do this than to spread yourself too thin from the beginning. And don't be afraid to experiment. Begin with a couple of platforms, see how it's doing, and then go from there. When it comes to creating content online, whether that's on social media, a blog, YouTube, Pinterest, you need to know what your target audience's preferences, interests, and challenges are. You want to tailor your content to address their needs and to resonate with their aspirations and goals. It's important to create content that you enjoy creating and that you can stand behind, but what's more important is that it's content that people want to consume, right? You want to create content that's consumable, that people want to save and share and come back to over and over. Start by just thinking about consistency. How often are you willing and able to post, and on how many platforms? Start then to plan ahead. Think about seasonality and trends and key events that are relevant to your industry. You also want to diversify your content types. So think about, are you going to be on one social media platform? Will you have multiple? What types of content will you make? Will they be images? Will they be videos? Explore different types of blog posts, videos, infographics, and see what your preference is to create and also what your audience is actively engaging with. Make yourself an authority in your niche by creating content that educates and adds value. You want to share insights, tips, and tutorials that empower your audience and showcase your expertise. You want to make sure that people know that they should be coming to you when they want to consume content. You want to make sure that you're incorporating very visually appealing elements into your content, such as high quality images and videos, graphics. The visual content is more shareable and tends to capture attention more effectively than if it's not super visually appealing, especially for apps that are visual like Instagram and TikTok. Make sure you're choosing images and videos that tell a cohesive story about your brand. Make sure that they're consistent. You don't want a video of a meme and then a cup of coffee and then an ocean and then. It needs to be some kind of consistency that people can stand behind. Whether you're using photos or illustrations or graphics, make sure that they align with your brand's narrative because you want to be authentic to your brand. It's crucial. Use genuine and original visuals that resonate with your audience. It's okay to use stock photos and stock videos, but make sure to personalize them with font and colors that align with your brand. Make sure that your images are adaptable across platforms if you want to be on different content creation platforms, and make sure that your tone is consistent as well. Whether you're casual or conversational or formal, your visuals and your tone should also reinforce your brand's personality. Okay, so you've got your brand name, your logo, your colors, your tone of voice and your mission and your reason why you're doing what you're doing. You started creating content. Now what? Well, the most important thing moving forward outside of just consistency with your brand is going to be how you engage with your audience. You want to encourage your audience to interact with you so you can learn from them and them from you. Encourage interaction by responding to comments, asking questions, and seeking feedback. Engaging with your audience builds a sense of community around your brand. People want to feel important. That's why when someone comments and you respond, it feels so good to them because they feel important getting a response from you. So make sure your responses are timely. Timeliness is crucial when responding to comments and messages because it demonstrates that you value your audience's time and you prioritize their concerns. Make sure your responses are personalized. Use your customer's name and reference specific details from their comments and message in order to enhance the connection between your brand and this actual individual customer so they know that they're important by themselves. Make sure that you respond to positive comments with gratitude. Say thank you. Acknowledge the customer's appreciation and express your excitement that they enjoyed your digital products and your content. This reinforces positive interaction and encourages repeat business and repeat engagement. Also, make sure you address negative feedback. Make sure that you address it empathetically. Make sure you address the issue and apologize when necessary. Demonstrate your commitment to your customer satisfaction. And always make sure to encourage further engagement. When responding to comments and messages, always invite them to engage further. Ask questions, seek additional feedback. This transforms a one time interaction into an ongoing conversation, which will help build your customer base and your brand. Outside of just typical engagement and commenting and messaging with people, the way that you're going to build trust with your customers is customer feedback. Positive reviews and testimonials build credibility. This ensures potential customers that your digital products and your content creation is a valuable resource and you're reliable. Feedback provides valuable insights into the needs, preferences, and pain points of your audience. Use the information from the feedback to refine your products, enhance your users' experience, and align your brand with your customers' actual expectations, not just what you think that they expect. View feedback as a continuous improvement tool. Regularly analyze feedback to identify patterns and trends, and that way you can change your products and brand to keep up with those trends. When customers feel heard and seen, this impacts their feedback and it fosters a sense of loyalty when you show this to others. Acknowledge and appreciate their input and turn them into advocates who are going to promote your brand to other people. Make sure that you're addressing and resolving customer feedback in a public platform. This showcases your commitment as a brand to your customer satisfaction, and there is nothing that customers want more than to leave satisfied.